Wasteland! Some kind of
why did you do that?
So Laura Lee and the Jets is me, Laura Lee, and the Jets, which are all kinds of Berlin musicians from all over the world that have kind of come to Berlin to make music and that I have recruited and asked to be in my band, and I'm every day super grateful that I get to work with such talented people. But for this record, the core group was Mario, Eilis, Mark, and me. But I also consider Steffi, who's making this documentary right now, a Jet. And I also consider Max, like he was also part, like it's just, I feel like everybody is in this because it's not just me. It's like, it's a group project as well, or they all bring something in.
Eilis is usually on time, but Mario already says he's gonna be late, and Mark is sick. It's like I'm at a party when you're setting everything up and you're waiting for the guests to arrive. It's like that, but for something like a band practice. And then it's awkward when the first person is arriving. Hey, welcome to my party. But I think this is honestly the longest time I've been going without playing with other people in the last maybe even like 10 years or something. Because I've always had band practices. This person is not English. Do you want to be in my band? I just hope the cops are not gonna come.
I love bringing like skeletons to practice and then jam it out with the other people and have their ideas come in. But then the pandemic hit and getting 4 people into a room together was suddenly very, very dangerous. So we had to make a different plan and did a lot like preparation that I sent them these ideas and they could kind of already think about what they ideas that they would have. And then we had very concentrated practices where we each got tested, isolated, and then had like a full weekend where we would really work on the songs, finalize them, get them into a final structure. So we had to be, I think, very organized and committed to it. And in the beginning, I thought this is never gonna get finished, as you always do with projects like this. You're just standing in front of this like huge pile, but yeah, we did it.
Well, we were working on one of the songs, Absolute. I remember the first sort of draft that Laura had, the idea was to do it in English, and I felt like she needed to maybe do it in German because I thought that it was an interesting concept of also like because we have a lot of the songs in English on the record, and I think that we had already started playing and she had been playing with that throughout the songwriting, with having these krautrock elements to them, like Neu and Can and stuff like that. And I thought, well, you know, just go all the way and like just do this thing in German. find something?
Or can we? I mean, yeah.
You know the part where it goes like the part goes like that part?
No.
Can you find something in German that sounds like that?
No.
Like the same melody line,
No.
but that it's in German.
No.
And then
Alles lacht.
I don't know what that means.
Alles lacht.
Yeah.
Du nicht mehr genau.
And she was very receptive of it. And then the first version I thought was great. I mean, it took me a while to figure out what the lyrics are, but you know, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite songs on the record. I think it has so many different elements to it, and it's kind of like a little journey, the song.
And then you kind of do a crescendo with the last beat, boom, 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 like just start really low, kind of come up, leave him like doing this. Now you kind of start with like really quiet.
It's a song about not being selfish, and I think also like in the pandemic we all felt so alone and felt this like need of social interaction and stuff like that. So the song I think also reflects that a little bit. So like vielleicht geht's leichter zu zweit is like, okay, maybe it's actually easier with two people, you know, maybe it's easier coming to terms with, you know, I can't do this alone. I need other people, and that's okay, and you know, but then also thinking like the other person, do they like, but Garantien gehen wir immer zu weit, like that they maybe are not ready to make this commitment yet, you know, like because social interactions are really complicated. It's yeah, but they're necessary to work through.
It's the third day of rehearsals, and today's the first day I'm in a good mood. Yeah, I was pretty stressed out because there's a lot to do, and there's only 5 days. And then my bandmates, who obviously also have stuff to do, then text me, "Oh, I'm coming late. I have this and this and this," and then I'm just, "Oh, shit, are we gonna get it done?" But now, so far we've been really productive, and I think it's gonna go great. And I also wanna, I don't know, I wanna bring a different energy, I think, to the table right now. And the sunshine definitely helps. I'm gonna give a different vibe, I think, today. I hope so. And then Dragon Laura comes out again. She's on the left.
Right?
You have to, no, you play this.
I played that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. Mark, that screams Mark.
No, what's happening, Mark?
I swear I don't remember
Mark is
playing that
just
at all.
You wrote them all so fast.
And it was like, okay, new song. And you'll wake up the next day, they're like, yo, this is 3 new songs. You gotta figure them out. I was like, fuck, man, it's a lot of songs.
That's cool too. Just play some, like, just play around with it.
Okay. I don't remember what it is. I'll have to try to figure it out.
I love this bass line though. Love
Yeah.
it. You killed it.
I mean, you wrote that bass line.
No.
Of course you did.
No, you
This
wrote
whole song is based off a jam that the 3 of us did.
Oh, that's just that thing we did a long time. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about
When-
that.
Right.
Be like, yo, that bass line. Who wrote that bass line? I'm sorry, I really, I honestly
forgot about that.
I honestly
wow.
didn't.
Yeah, okay.
Very feeling organy.
Ah, but there it's wrong.
What do you mean?
I think the guitar has to start one early.
That's nice. What was wrong?
I think it just has to start a little bit in the one practice room recording. You started one earlier or something. It's like
With Max, I think in particular, it's you have to make music, I think, also with people whom you respect and who you trust and who you also are willing to follow in their ideas. And when he came in and had ideas about the songs, I'm like totally not possessive of them, and I'm willing to open them up to other people like giving their ideas into them, because I think that usually elevates the song, and I'm so curious with what they do with them.
Ain't the choir. Cool. Can I listen to like the break where everyone said it was wrong, but I really loved it? No! That's so great! Again, please don't do it. Please don't do it. It's so good. Yeah.
Well,
Just because it feels like it feels like a little bit like it's a new song, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
like it's the same, but it's
Yeah, because I feel like whatever we did in this version, we did like 3 or 4 times. We tried it,
yeah.
and that was the one that we all ended up saying like, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
That's what I remember, but I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
I really like it that way. If you
Okay, yeah,
if you can't sleep well, if it's like this, then we can change it. But
That it's like a little off. It sounds cool.
I'm not
He was
attached.
he didn't do too many, not in every song he would even change anything or something. Sometimes he would just focus on like the sound of it and not so much about the structure. And there were a few instances though where he did do that, and that was one of them was Craigslist Boy, where we had the song kind of end pretty abruptly, and he came in and just said like, okay, but what now? Like, this is it, you know? Like, it feels like a build-up. And we had kind of, you know, in our little bubble just decided that that's what we want to do, but we were like, okay, let's give it a try. Let's give Max's idea a try. And this is always just like, I think in every band, just people need to say yes, you know, just like say, if somebody brings an idea in, like our rule is kind of just like, don't judge it before trying it, you know? And that's like, it's so important to me to not, don't judge before trying it.
And what now?
Stop.
Really? It leaves me wanting more.
Then you can play it again.
No. That's way too easy.
Yeah, but we thought like if we did go, we had it longer before, like just jamming that part and making it super huge. But there are moments already on the record that do that, and with that song, it just felt like maybe leave. Yeah, exactly. Like just cut it off and like.
Then why
wanting
doing it in
people.
the first place? Like
Does
why
it-
doing
No.
like the song's like over,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling there's this new part starting,
Yeah.
and then it just stops when it should explode. Then why do it?
Yeah.
From then on, you know, we extended it. Then I had a little guitar riff, Mark added a little guitar riff, Eilis suddenly started with this crazy drum build, and Mario dropped out in exactly the same time, but it's just because every idea like can lead to another idea, and these things are what I think stimulates creativity and stimulate greatness, and I don't think any single person can come up with something that. I think it is a group effort where one thing leads to another, and it's like little sparks that then create this like fire.
DJ, give us the drop.
Let me hear this part though. I want to see if I fuck this up.
Especially with Craigslist Boy, I think everything that he brought to the table was really spot on. And he also gave me a really fun part. He came with this big drum roll and this big smashy, crashy outro, which really suits my style. I feel like that song is the most in line with my playing.
Okay. You want to start a little bit.
yes.
I subconsciously was kind of inspired by Eilis, actually, because she is a great, I mean, she has her solo project as well, and her songwriting is very explicitly kind of feminist, and she talks a lot about like sexual harassment and kind of calls just awareness to this injustice.
Boy, I didn't come to flirt here, but to sell my shelf. Yet here we are, telling you I'm married with children. Eyes back all the time. I'm as uninviting as I can.
Why is everything a date, and why is everything, or like an invitation to flirt, and like is everything why can I just not sell a shelf without being hit on? And then I have to make this weird explanation of like, oh no, I'm married with children, you know, like please don't contact me again, because you know women like have, a lot of them have experienced being that their boundaries have been overstepped. So something like that is also kind of scary to a lot of us, you know. It's like it's a threat to our safety, because we've all experienced, or like a lot of us have sadly experienced that people don't accept if you say no.
Wenn irgendwie die eine Zeile ist, die irgendwie richtig fetzt, irgendwie, dann kann man die auch einfach 24 Mal wiederholen irgendwie, und ne, weißt du, die eine Zeile, die sich 24 Mal wiederholen lässt, die irgendwie so zu dem Thema passt. Und dann ist der Song halt der absolute Hammer. Dann ist der richtig, richtig geil.
Ich weiß nicht, weil wie viele Rom-Coms oder sowas leben halt davon, dass es halt auch diese Momente gibt, ne? Also so diese, wie romantisch ist das, wenn du dir vorstellst, du triffst deinen Soulmate auf Craigslist oder auf, weiß ich nicht, ne? Oder im Späti oder so, ne? Also es ist ja auch so...
Ist ja mega kompliziert irgendwie nicht. Und ich frage mich nur, ob man das irgendwie dann so runterkochen kann, irgendwie auf so ein ganz simples Ding, wo man sagt irgendwie, keine Ahnung, bis hierhin und bis dahin ist es okay und bis dahin ist es nicht okay. Oder da ist die Grenze. Was wünsche ich mir davon? Weil ja, dann hat der Song irgendwie vielleicht auch ein bisschen was Aufklärerisches und ist nicht, also so. Es gibt bestimmt auch viele Leute, die irgendwie die so denken, ja, warum soll ich sie jetzt nicht anschreiben? Über Kleinanzeigen. Und sehen gar nichts Schlechtes da drin. Beispielsweise.
I'm really, really happy that it's a single, and that it still has this like powerful chorus and this powerful vibe of like just also when we play it live, it's just a complete like nutfest. Everybody just goes crazy, and that it's not so, you know, I'm sad about it, I'm frightened, but actually like no, you know, like if I was into you, no, and like more screaming and empowering, and yeah. So this is what I hope people get from it when they listen to it.
Okay, Wasteland, coolest song to play live, probably? Or no, Craigslist Boy is probably the best song to play live. But Wasteland is fucking awesome to open the show with. There's so much oomph to it.
It's starting earlier and celebrating itself more. Bam! Wow! Yeah, fuck hell yeah, man!
Let me ask you something. Are you okay with me doing this in the verses where it goes like palm muting?
I think it did wrong.
And opening
I think the first song I wrote for the record was Wasteland, actually, and now it's the album title, which I didn't know at that point. And end of 2019, I was not feeling too good. It was still, but then shit started to really happen. But I didn't know yet that the pandemic it was more like internally, I didn't feel really good. We knew that we wanted to take a break with my other project, gGmbH. So I was kind of on my own with songwriting at that point, and I was I think, working through a lot of stuff like what do I want to what do I want to do with this? What do I want to say? And I think it started dark like that in these like internal struggles, but I think the album overall helped me get through these times.
way earlier.
Now, I was thinking in terms of, we could probably do it as intro and then have Wasteland start just shortly before that, so that's in case that it also works in a shorter version.
I don't understand.
So that it's the intro.
Yeah.
And then the second track is Wasteland.
I wouldn't do that. I see no problem in starting the album with a very ambient sound.
Yeah.
And then growing it and it becomes more sinister.
Yeah.
And then it hits and I like the way that it starts so cautious and and then hits.
I know, but
so I like to think about it if the song needs an intro, then it's good. But if the intro for the song is too long, so we separate it and make 2 tracks out of it, then my first thought is, do we need this intro to be so long? I would shorten it before doing it, before separating it.
we're forcing all everybody hit the guitar.
In a way, you crawl inside to the same pity and pride.
Lyrics to what's now called High Up. It will probably have a different title. Yesterday, and it's about meeting someone at a party whom you've had a really close relationship with, but you've kind of gone separate ways and maybe outgrew each other, but being peaceful about it.
2, 3, 4.
Pushing forward, but being a really groovy song and stuff, and having these sort of very emotional undertones, and then Laura asked me if I wanted to do some vocals in it, and so that was great.
2, 3, 4, 1. We're airborne. We're airborne. So long.
That's it, yeah.
Just a little conversation. Just a little bit of time. Did you press on follow lately? One day we will be alright.
Yeah, but sometimes it's fine. You don't have to. I mean, there are some people that'll stick with you for life, and there are people that just, I think, accompany you for a certain time of your life and join you on this path, and you walk it together, and then you all go different ways. And I used to be angry about that or resentful, or maybe you want them back. A lot of the album is also about kind of crying for I want you back, why are you doing this to me, and blah blah blah. But now I just felt I'm in a different place now, and I'm feeling okay, that's fine, just making peace with that and being wishing you well and thank you for this time we shared together. And so that's my songwriting is therapy, right?
'Cause lately we're airborne.
Yeah, Laura and I had a really good conversation about where I'm from and this feeling of growing up somewhere and then living somewhere else, and how that feels, and how often I feel a little bit disconnected from Adelaide. And then she came into the studio and said I wrote a song.
And she talked about this town that she's from called Adelaide in Australia, and kind of also this like small town vibe. And even though I've never been there, I could really connect to a lot of the things that she was saying, being like this feeling of estrangement from where you're coming from. And then also, but coming to peace with it in the way like you're as good as it gets when you're wrong in Adelaide, or like you're also, I think sometimes being not fitting in these like small towns is exactly right. You know, it's exactly what defines you and what makes you great. You know, you don't have to fit in.
As it gets when you're wrong in Adelaide.
Laura had written the whole part, and then it really took shape in terms of structure, playing it together in the room. And I remember when we were rehearsing and playing the song, there was a lot of moments where the song, you know, we had these really like quiet moments where we would play the whole song and then everybody would just kind of be quiet. And it's like, it felt I think to everyone in the room, it felt like, oh, like we just did something that sounded very nice. And so that I think that's why I also appreciate that song a lot.
Just so perfect.
I don't know how it feels in there, but here the kick feels so vibey.
The kick is awesome. Yeah.
It feels.
Run you through the
blackface
setup.
version of that as well.
So
But that one also.
come on with me.
The
setup we used for all of the solos, for all the sound geeks here, and played through this amp, which is a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. Was gifted to me by my brother because he was really into the Strokes back then, and it's been a true friend for me ever since. And Mark used this boutique version of the Vox AC30. It's called Top Hat, and all of the guitars we used: a Jazzmaster, a Mustang, an old Gibson, which is probably the most valuable one we've been recording
the Mustang
with, right?
as well.
Yeah, the Mustang as well. And then the Jack Stang, which is a guitar that was designed by Kurt Cobain.
The thing is we didn't ground them.
Oh yeah, sure. So okay, that's
The grounding is very professionally done.
That might be an interesting thing. This is the guitar I use. It's a Fender Jazzmaster from the Player series, and somehow the grounding got fucked. So what you can do is you can have a little cable here that connects from the cable to then the metal here, and that will kill the buzz. So, little trick you can try out at home. And this is probably the most controversial thing we use on the record. It's a Italia Zitar guitar. So it has these little strings here, and they also resonate when you play here. And we went kind of overboard with it for a little while, but now we got settled on using it in Caterpillar. These are the little rings you're going to hear on the record. Yeah.
What part are you going to play on that?
Just the chorus.
a song. I was really surprised that this was a single actually, because it's such a. I think the song is a vibe. It's not really a song. It's just a vibe, and it's a vibe of like. It's just a good beat of like lifting yourself up. Like the lyrics are like laid too long in the morning dust. It's layering the floor. So kind of just like I've been down too long, it's time to kind of lift myself up here, you know, like just on your own, pulling yourself by the head, kind of like out of here. Life is so unpredictable, you know, and you just need to live in the moment sometimes, not think about the past, not think about the future, be present. So this is really what the song is about.
Also nice that if you add the real core sound in there, it's just more upfront.
Gestern auch dran denken, weil wir haben ja sozusagen 2 ruhige Stücke jetzt mit Swirl in the Haze und Adelaide.
Ja.
Und ich würde die beide gern unterschiedlich angehen, weil der Swirl in the Haze fühlt sich für mich viel intimer und näher an und Adelaide ist eher eine ruhige Nummer, die aber so eine Größe hat,
Ja.
dass da irgendwie dann die Vocals verhalter sind oder sowas. Und bei Swirl in the Haze wirklich so,
Ja.
kann ich mir auch so eine ganz trockene Stimme in der Mitte vorstellen und das würde schon reichen.
Ja.
Swirl in the Haze, der ist richtig geil.
Favorite song on the record is Swirl in the Haze. I think Swirl in the Haze is, when Laura played me that song, and initially she sent me a phone recording of her playing this song acoustically, and I said, like, this is incredible, like please finish this. And she was, if I remember this correctly, she was like a little bit like, she wasn't super sure about it. She was like, there's a lot happening in this song, like where can I go with this song? And then she went to her studio in Tempelhof and she did it on piano. And Laura's a great piano player. She's great at it. She's also a great guitar player, but she's like, she really, like, I think for writing, the piano always feels very natural to her. And then she came back with these like really beautiful embellishments on these chords. And I remember when Mark and I, the first time we heard it, we're like, oh dude, this is incredible.
Swirl in the Haze is now the closer, or like a lot of chord changes, I think more than we normally have in a song. And I also played it on piano. I didn't really know if we should have it as a piano song or as a guitar song, and I was not really secure about the song. So I presented it to the band and they're like, no, like really put it on. Especially Mario was like, okay, no, this has to be on the record. This is like, and Mark as well, actually. They were both, Eilis too. They all really liked it. So this also gave me like a good feeling with it. Okay.
And that other line, I don't know if it's like
and then you can do the walk on my vocal.
It really didn't distract me.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, so if it doesn't distract you when you guys are listening to it, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, I cringe.
Oh my god, it's awesome. I mean, the great thing is, like you would expect to like explode,
Yeah.
like the orchestra comes in and stuff,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. It just falls back, and that's so nice.
Okay.
That's why I don't cringe.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good.
I like it a lot.
Your to-dos and sit around instead. Who's to judge? What's your daily bed?
How's it going?
In 2019, I didn't even know if I still want to make music sometimes, you know? I didn't really know if maybe this has been a phase of my life and maybe something else is going to come now. But it's kind of, music is a part of my life, but I need to make music fit to who I am right now, or like also being more mature. I think also getting better at writing, at producing, at like arranging, working with people.
The most beautiful aspect of the record is that it's really about resiliency, and like the fact that during the whole process we went through a lot of different things with the band, you know, through Laura's hard work and setting everything up and kind of doing everything and getting Max involved, and Mark and Eilis and me and everybody kind of putting their best foot forward. We were able to share the really beautiful experience of like, let's make this thing. And perhaps because I have all these memories, but I hear that in the songs. And I know it sounds really corny or whatever, you can be going through anything, but if you can create something and if you can make something that, it's there. It's like it's like a photograph of this moment that we were going through. And I'm really proud of that. And I'm really proud that we got to do it together.
For me, like this record, what I hope people get out of it is like, I wanted to make a record that represents a 30-year-old woman and what she has to say in 2020, 2021, 2019, in her journey, and like her life and other people's lives and what she's thinking and what she's, the beauty and sadness that she sees in the world, kind of, yeah.
Guys, enjoy your Feierabend. Das hat sich gelohnt. Because listen to this.